An excerpt of the story Mustangs and Colts by Sherri Woolsey, contained in the anthology Thrilling Adventure Yarns 2021. The wild mustangs gleamed in the stark morning sun, the light showing off the colors inherited from the original Spanish horses, dun, black, cinnabar. The herd picked up speed as they came down the mountain, hooves striking against stones before meeting the hardened ground at the base. Morgan's hand was on the rope hanging off her saddle, heels shoved down in the stirrups while she took her position on one side of the herd. This was the tricky part. Keep enough speed that the herd wouldn't realize they were heading into a corral, but not so fast that they'd pile up inside of it. Henry was on the other side and, in the distance, a figure with gray hair opened the gate. Gus. He was getting too old for this, but insisted the owner should be part of everything that happened at Stony Pass Ranch. Morgan adjusted her bandana against the dust and squeezed her legs around Mack, keeping pace with the herd and funneling them inside. Gus clanged the gate shut behind the last mare. Morgan exhaled in relief as she slapped Mack's neck. The herd circled inside, safely delivered. Good. It had been a long ride, over 250 miles of driving them south from the sand-washed basin, but these 10 horses would secure the future for Gus and the ranch. Then the wild stallion's shrill whinny pierced the air. Morgan turned in her saddle to see Skinny, the last cowboy, struggling with the rope holding the herd's stallion. Skinny was off balance, trying to use his own strength against the power of the shaggy black and white Mustang. She'd taken to calling the Mustang Woodrow in her mind. He was a fine horse with a well-shaped head and a conspicuous movement to his hips that suggested smooth riding. She'd imagined being the one to break him, not like a bronco buster, but like her adopted father had taught her. Now, though, Woodrow planted his feet and jerked. Skinny flew through the air, falling hard to the ground with a thump. Woodrow reared, his scream echoing off the mountain. Morgan shifted her weight and clucked to Mack, her own stallion. Unlike the sturdy Mustangs they'd penned, Mack was a 16-hand quarter horse. She'd fallen in love the first time she'd seen him running in a local race, his chestnut coat gleaming and his neck stretched forward with his will to win. Buying him was the best thing she'd ever done. Woodrow galloped toward Skinny, who'd managed to get to his hands and knees, but Mack was closing the distance toward the man. "Stay down!" Morgan yelled, leaning forward. Mack launched over Skinny and then jogged to a stop, becoming an immovable object. Woodrow had to turn or collide. The Mustang darted to the right. Morgan used Mack's greater speed to cut off Woodrow and spin to face the runaway again. Feeling the gaze of the 3 men watching, Skinny and Henry had worked with her to wrangle the Mustangs, and Gus, the ranch owner. Morgan knew she couldn't mess this up, or her hard-won reputation would be ruined. The stallions stared at one another, nostrils flared. Morgan watched the Mustang's ears, the way he listened to the herd in the pen. He'd be torn now, wanting to get away and wanting to protect the mares already in the round pen. Morgan urged Mack forward 1 step. We'll stop there. I hope you enjoyed that excerpt, and I hope you will enjoy reading all of these stories in Thrilling Adventure Yarns 2021.